This is an incredible story for the holidays. In 2013, Alpena resident Don Haskey thought he had the flu. Deciding to let it run its course, he waited only a matter of days before he could barely walk and asked his wife to take him to the hospital. Here's Teresa Lepowski with what happened next.
They did exploratory surgery, found a small blood clot going to my small intestines. They took that out and 6 feet out, figuring I'd come back, and I still kept getting worse.
Following the surgery to remove his small intestine, Don recalls not being able to participate in his family's elaborate Thanksgiving dinner, a particularly difficult moment for him.
I couldn't eat it all. They had me on TPN. It was a food supplement. It was the same thing as if I was eating regular food, but it was going through an IV into my chest.
Doctors found the only way they could help Haskey was through an intestine transplant, which can be a very complex and lengthy procedure. Finding a hospital willing to attempt the procedure and additionally accept Haskey's insurance was a major obstacle for he and his wife.
We didn't know where to go to get a transplant. And Dr. Poles and his nurse went above what they normally do and sat hours upon hours calling around trying to find a place that would take my insurance.
After days without success, Haskey's Alpena doctor found a hospital willing to do the transplant.
Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit, they told her, yes, we take his insurance, and yes, we do that type of transplant.
Haskey was put on a waiting list at Henry Ford Hospital and traveled to Detroit 3 times before doctors had a viable organ that could be used. When Haskey received the call for the 4th and final organ, he and his wife raced to Detroit, hoping that this would be the one to save his life. Within 10 minutes of his arrival at the hospital, Haskey remembers being taken into surgery. When he next opened his eyes 12 hours later, Haskey and his wife were informed the transplant had been a success. From there, he began his quick recovery.
And within 2 to 3 days, I was up walking around.
This year, Thanksgiving will be a much happier time for the Haskeys, as they will have their beloved grandfather at the dinner table once more.
This year, I have my transplant. I'm able to eat. Now I can sit down with family and have a good Thanksgiving dinner.
Don's sister, who will be hosting this year's Thanksgiving, says that he will be at the head of the line to make up for lost time. Teresa Lepowski, WBKB News, Alpena.